So today we're going to be doing some subtraction with regrouping, connecting the algorithm, the standard algorithm, to the place value chart tool that we've been using. So we will do some subtraction across zeros also, so we're combining a number of things today. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the problem. It's 2084 minus 997. Okay? And that's actually a pretty easy problem just in general because we can use some estimates and compensation to solve it. But what we're going to do first, we are going to do an estimate. So right down here, I'm just going to go ahead and give my estimate. Now, with estimates, we like to do front-end rounding, but in some cases, we'll use other forms of rounding, but this time it's the easiest way is front-end rounding. So we're going to take 2084 and we're going to round it to 2000, and we're going to subtract 997, which is pretty close to 1,000. So we're going to subtract that, and our estimate is 1,000. So when we finish this problem, our answer, our difference, should be pretty close to 1,000. It's not going to be exactly right, but it'll be near that. Okay, so when we solve this problem, we're going to go ahead and we're going to connect the place value chart to it. So we've gotten to the thousands, so we want to go ahead and do ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. Okay, I have 2084. I'm going to go ahead and put that in right now. I'm going to go ahead and use a different color. So I have 2000s. I have no hundreds, and I have 8 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tens. And I have 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the problem says I need to subtract 997. So I'm going to start in the ones place. I'm going to start right here in the ones place. Okay, I'm supposed to subtract 7, but as you can see, there's only 4 in the ones place. So I need to regroup a 10. So I'm going to go ahead and take this 10 here, and I'm going to trade that into the bank. I'm going to give it to the bank, and when I give it to the bank, they're going to give me 10 ones. Okay, and this is what regrouping is. We're just changing a 10, 110 into 10 ones. The value of my number hasn't changed. All that's changed is that one of these 10s is now 10 ones, and we've moved those 10 into the ones place. Now I have 14 ones. So I'm going to subtract 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And remaining, I have 2 and 5. That's why I always like to do rows of 5, so I have 7 left. Okay? Now what that looks like over here on the standard algorithm is, I didn't have enough ones, so I regrouped one of these 10s, so I had 7 10s left. And instead of having just 4 ones, I had 14 ones. And as you saw when I counted them up, I had 7 left in the ones place. Okay? Now I have 7 10s left. And the problem states that I need to subtract 9 10s. But I don't have 9 10s. So normally I would look to the left in the hundreds place, but there are no hundreds. So I'm going to need to go to the thousands place. And I'm going to take one of these thousands, and I'm going to trade it into the bank, and they're going to give me 10 hundreds, because every place value to the left is 10 times greater than the place value to the right. So now I have 10 hundreds. Haven't changed the value of the number. 10 hundreds is the same as 1,000. And now I can go ahead and take one of these hundreds, and I can regroup it into 10 tens. So that's what I'm going to do. There now are 10 tens. It can get a bit sloppy or a bit messy, but if we really keep track of our documentation here, our writing, we can certainly keep track of it nicely and be able to solve it. So now I can take away or subtract 9. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't take this one away because he's already been switched out for 10 ones. So that was 7, 8, 9. So looking at how many I have left, I have 3 on that row, 5 on this row, so I have 8 left. What that looks like on the standard algorithm, I needed to regroup from the hundreds, but there were none, so I went to the thousands place. I took 1,000, I traded it in, and I got 10 hundreds. Then I took those 10 hundreds, I traded 1 in, can't really see that very well, that's a 9. And then I had 17 tens. 17 tens minus 9 tens. There are 8 tens. Now I have 9 hundreds, and I'm supposed to take away or subtract 9 hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get that? 6, 7, 8, 9, and our last one was already moved over and regrouped into the tens, so I have 0 hundreds left. And finally, I have 1,000, and I'm not to subtract any, so I have 1,087 left. And if we take that and we connect it to our estimate of 1,000, well, we're a little off. We certainly are pretty close, so I make it a little happy face. Okay? And that is how we show the standard algorithm and connect it to the place value chart tool that we've used to see what happens when we regroup.